So today will be just I will be taking a topic and trying to explain whatever I have learned. So basically, first question is what are the functional reliability requirement of the safe management system? Functional reliability requirement. Sorry, functional requirement. First of all, the international safety management is been adopted, or it's a code which core value of having a and safe and environmentally friendly operations of the ships. And apart from that, SMC allows the ship as well as the shore to have a DOC and SMC following a proper SMS by the convention or the law. So this is what the functional requirement of ISM. So first we have to know a functional, first is a safety and an environmental protection policy. Okay, what first we have to try to explain what it will be comprised of, right? So apart from that, it's a policy, like how will we maintaining the safety and environmentally friendly atmosphere on ship. Secondly, the procedures of reporting any kind of incidents, whether it's operations or any kind of incident, to the required authority. And apart from that, the authority, right, the responsibility is been designated to a person, like there have been a designated person, and the responsibility of the master, responsibility of the company. So the responsibility has been aligned. Apart from that, company requirement of evaluation or reviewing of the operation which has been carried on board ship. The master will make sure the operation which has been done is proper and environmentally friendly, and then that a report has been made to the company for further evaluation and overview, so that any changes or any more safely manner can be obtained for performing any job environmentally and environmentally friendly or in a more safe way for the people of ship. Apart from that, it been also make sure that allows the company to follow that the master who is on board is well trained and is more responsible and know his duty properly, right? So so this is so this is what I have learned, and what here is written like functional requirement is a safety and environmental protection policy, instructions and procedures to ensure safe operation. Okay, instructions to ensure safe operation of the ships and environment of the in compliance with the relevant international and flag state legislation. Defined levels of authority. Okay, defined level of authority and lines of communication between and among ship and shore personnel. Procedures for reporting accidents and non-conformities with the provision of the code. Okay, provision for reporting accidents and non-conformity with of this code. Procedure to prepare for and respond to emergency situations, and procedure for internal audits and management reviews. Okay, so like what other four thing is that I forgot is like reporting for any kind of accidents and non-conformities with the provisions of this code, procedures to prepare for and respond to emergency situations, and procedures for internal audits and management reviews. With respect to international safety management code, define company. Company basically means the owner itself, or a owner appointed a management which take the responsibility of the ship for its manning and operations of the ship as per the code imposed by the means the owner of the ship or other organization or person, such as the manager or the bareboat charter, who has assumed the responsibility for operation of the ship from the ship owner, and who is assuming such responsibility has agreed to take all over duties and responsibility imposed by the code. Okay, administration means the flag state. Safety management SMS, a kind of a code which has to be followed by the ship and the company, means a structure and a documented system enabling personnel to effectively implement the comply the safety and environmental protection policy. What is an observation? Just for an example, if a superintendent comes on board and he sees something which is kind of right, so he gives an observation, means a statement of fact made during a safety audit and substantiated by objective evidence. He is taking photograph it. Non-conformity means an observed situation where objective evidence indicate the non-fulfillment of a specified requirement. Major non-conformity, a ship has to be detained unless and until it has been rectified. The reason which was the because of which ship is been detained, means an identifiable deviations that possess a serious threat to the safety of personnel on the ship or a serious risk to the environment that require immediate corrective action, or the lack of effective and systematic implementation of a requirement of this code means an identifiable deviation that poses a serious threat to the safety of personnel of the ship. Like it's a threat to safety of the ship as well as of personnel of the ship. Okay, that requires immediate corrective action or the lack of effective and systematic implementation of a requirement of this code. Anniversary date means the date and month of which year that correspond to the date of expiry of the relevant document of the certificate. So what is document of compliance? So if surveyor asks what is document of compliance, so document of compliance is a kind of a certificate which has been issued by the flag state or the administration to the company after verifying that the company follow a proper SMS of the ISM code. As per the ISM code, SMS safety management system, that all the documented paperwork of the that all the operation which has been carried on board is as per the ISM code, following the safety of personnel and protection of the environment. Apart from that, not only after considering the the shore side only, ship side also being checked whether the ship follows whether ship follow a proper safety management system or not. Then after that, a DOC is issued to the company for a specific type of ships. If any other kind of ship has to be added in DOC, then further observation or inspection should has been carried out in a same way, and then only it will be added in DOC of that type of ship. So DOC is a very is issued to the company for a particular type of ship. Apart from that, a DOC once issued is have a validity of 5 years. Apart from that, an annual survey has to be carried, so that if there is any kind of major non-conformity, then this DOC can be withdrawn, and the withdrawal of this DOC is withdrawal of other certificate of SMC as well. So ship cannot sail without a proper document of compliances. So this DOC has to be renewed every time. Okay, and apart from that, like it has a validity of 5 years from the initial survey, and on the anniversary date or on an annual survey, this can be carried out before 30 days of the 3 months of the expiry date, as well as after 3 months of the before the expiry date. Apart from that, DOC is kind of a document of compliances. It's basically a certificate for the ship. And so this is all about. Let's see what I have missed here. A document of compliances shall be issued to every company which comply with the requirement of the International Safety Management Code. The document shall be issued by the administration. Okay, so basically we have to use word document instead of certificate, by an organization recognized by the it can be by the organization which has been recognized by the flag state or the request of the admin by another contracting government. DOC is only valid for ships types explicitly. We have to use ship types explicitly indicated in the document. Such indication should be based on type of ships on which initial verification was based. Other ship types should only be added after verification of the company's capability to comply with the requirement of the code applicable to such types. The validity of DOC should be subject to annual verification by the administration or by an organization by the administration or at the request of the enemy by another contracting government with 3 months before or after the anniversary date. Okay, so this can be done by annual verification by the administration or by an organized which has been recognized by the administration or the request of the administration by another or else administration can itself take by another contracting government in 3 months. A DOC should be withdrawn by the administration or at request by the contracting government which issued the document when annual verification required in paragraph is not requested, or if there is evidence of major non-conformities with this code. All the associated safety management certificates and or interim management certificate, yeah, it's interim certificate is valid for only 12 months. It should be also so all the associated SMC certificates or interim safety certificate will also be shown in the document of compliances. A copy of document of compliance should be placed on a board, okay, and that the master of the ship is so requested may produce it for verification by the administration or by an organization recognized by the administration. The validity of DOC after the initial audit is 5 years from the next date of expiry and it's subjected to annual audit. A document issued to, what is SMC now? We have to talk about SMC. It's just kind of a DOC only for, but it's issued for the ship. Like the ship follows a proper SMS, a proper ISM code. Like all the operation which has been carried on board is as per the ISM code, safety of the personnel and safety and protection of the environment. And SMC, safety management certificate, has to do like it's a validity of 5 years after initial initial verification, and intermediate survey has to be done. Like if there is no annual survey, then intermediate survey has to be done on this before the after the second, between the second and third anniversary date of the certificate. Okay, and SMC basically can be withdrawn if any major non-conformity is found on ship. Okay, and SMC, withdrawal SMC is same, the withdrawal of other certificate as well. Ship cannot be sailed. And SMC, as I told you, it has an intermediate survey. No annual survey is present in SMC. And safety management certificate, a copy of that has to be kept on board ship to be presented by the master whenever asked by the flag state or the contracting government or the organization recognized by the administration of flag state. SMC of the ship says that the ship is complying with the proper ISM code. So now we have to know what all ISM is about. A document issued to a ship which signified the company and its shipboard management in accordance with the company SM issued of a ship to period which should not exceed 5 years by the administration. A requirement or at a request contracting on the safety measure should be issued after verifying that a company. Okay, before issuing to SMC, a DOC has to be issued. And shipboard company operates in accordance with the approved safety management system. Such certificate should be accepted as evidence that the ship is complying with the requirement of this code. The validity of the should be subject to at least one intermediate verification or an organization by the administration or request government. If only intermediate verification is to be carried out and the period of validity of the is 5 years, it should take place between the second and third anniversary date of the safety management. Should be subject to at least one verification or the request of another contracting government. Okay. So describe certificate of verification process of the document and safety management. So, an interim verification is carried out. The process of interim verification for the issuance of interim document undertaken by the individual will require an assessment at the company's offices in accordance with the ISM code on completion of the assessment. An assessment has been carried out shoreside for the assessment of applicable ships in the company fleet. The process of interim verification of the ship should be undertaken by the administration to ensure that the ship provided with the safety certificate. Interim verification. Basically, interim verification is done when any flag state or the company has been changed of the ship. So on that basis, certificate has been issued for a very short duration. For SMC, it is issued for only a 6 month, and for DOC, it is issued for 12 months. And after interim verification, only they have a proper actual certification. And the process of interim verification is issued by the document of undertaken by the would be and the system arrangement planning comments for the applications and the process is provided with the safety compliance will be show premises and initial. Okay, initial verification could apply like on the delivery of the ship, as assessment of the shoreside management undertaken by is carried out and possibly so ये इनिशियल पे हमें कंफर्म करना है एंड कंपनी शुड अप्लाई फॉर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन फॉर एसएम कोड सर्टिफिकेशन apply for administration for ISM code certification, initial verification, assessment of shoreside management. Such management can on possibly location depending on organization function. On satisfied completion of the assessment of shoreside comments for the assessment of the company's side. On the side completion of the assessment of the shoreside SMC certificate. On satisfactory completion of assessment of those ships, a document will be issued to the company. Copies of which will be safety is each ship is assessed and show the certificate copy. Okay, and here on certificate completion of the interim document. Okay, in interim. Okay. So basically interim annual verification for DOC and intermediate verification is the same. The intermediate safety manager should be carried out and maintain the validity. Audit is to verify that the system is functioning effectively and that modification made. Okay, intermediate can be carried out like for a verification or so renewal verification is same like we after 5 years we have to do a renewal verification. Only one is to here it's written in certain cases, particularly during the initial period of operation under the SMC, the administrator may find it necessary to increase the frequency of intermediate verification. Additionally, the nature of non-conformity may also provide a basis for increasing the frequency of intermediate verification. Okay, number of times intermediate verification ho sakta hai. If only one intermediate verification is to be carried, it should be take place between the second and third anniversary date of the safety management certificate. Oh, here I got the answer of my question, like a number of times of intermediate verification can be carried out if there is during initial time of operation. Renewal verification is as the address all the elements of the safety management and actives to be which the requirement of ISM code apply. Renewal verification may be carried out with 3 months before or after date of expiry of the DOC or safety. Okay, additional verification if there's any kind of installment or any kind of changes in the construction of the ships or any installment of machinery. Basically the annual additional verification has to be done. And there is a clear grounds require an additional verification to check if the safety management system still functions effectively. Additional verification may be carried out following the situations beyond normal procedures such as port state control detention or in case of reactivation after the interruptions of operation due to a period of service or in order to verify that effective corrective actions have been taken and are being properly implemented, or have been taken, or are being properly implemented, or have been 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 properly implemented. Additional verification may affect its show-based organization or shipboard management system. The administration should determine the scope and depth of the verification, which may vary from case to case. The additional verification should be completed within the time period agreed. Taking into account the guideline developed by the IMO, the administration should follow up the results of the verification and take appropriate measures necessary. On satisfactory completion of the shipboard assessment, safety element should be endorsed for additional verification. What are preparation you will do for the ISM inspection on board your vessel? Like if let's say there is a wetting on your ship, just consider it's basically an ISM inspection only. So first of all, it will come for the inspector will come from the gangway. The gangway should be properly arranged. The uniform of the officer and the boiler suit of the should be properly and ISPS card should be issued to them, so that they know that ISPS code is being followed properly. And after that, all the documents, mandatory documents, statutory documents, SMC, DOC should be available and should be following as per the code and should be renewed, and there should be no any kind of due of that. And after that, all the load line items should be checked, and all the navigational equipment, bridge equipments, paperwork has been done properly, and all the cargo related thing also be in good conditions. All the hatch covers, vents are being closed, and safety and all the documents been seen, like inspection and maintenance, like all the LSA FFA equipment has been properly inspected, like all the extinguisher has been signed and inspected properly, a proper record has been made, and emergency preparedness of the crew should be there. A drill report should be proper arranged and documented, and people should be trained properly for any kind of emergency. And apart from that, report system should have been available on board, right, in case of any emergency. And all the personnel working on board ship are properly briefed, and like they have a proper certificate, like for crew it's COP and for officer it's COC. Proper standard of the officers and crew should be there as per the STCW convention 1978. And shipboard operation has been properly followed. Enhanced maritime safety main of the SPS. Okay, shipboard operation. So now we have to check what all I have missed. So first is impression, gangway and mooring access controls, appearance of gangway watch officer. Appearance, we have to use word appearance of gangway watch officers and crew. Certificate and documents required, classification, statutory and other trading certificates are readily available. A copy of DOC, endorsement for annual verification, safety management certificate. All ISM manuals, provide procedures and instruction are available in the latest version. ISM manuals, procedures and instructions are available in latest revisions. A copy of company safety and environmental policy is available. All records required by ISM procedures are available and completed as required. System management, the master's review are carried out as required and relevant. Identified action items are addressed. Internal audits are held as required by the management system at intervals not exceeding 12 months. Reports are to be made available on board. External audits are held as required by the ISM code. Reports are available on board. Procedure for reporting non-conformities, accidents and near misses and follow-up. If required, corrective are carried out and verified for satisfactory implementation. Okay, certificates, first impression, certificate, all records are in safety management system. In basically certificate and document all the records of the certificate system management, master's review, company reviews, non-conformities, accident reporting and all. Resources and personnel, all the number for meet the requirement of STCW, safe mining certificates. Up to date crew list available, medical first aid are available for all personnel. Inspection and maintenance, like all has been carried out as per the ISM and reported to the company and properly recorded, and operation all the done by the ISM code only. Inspection and maintenance of all equipment, machinery and structure are carried out as required by the management system. Maintenance and inspection routine are carried out by the competent officer, personnel and other supervision of heads of department. All life-saving appliances and firefighting are in good working condition and ready for immediate use. So inspection maintenance सारा आना चाहिए. Emergency preparedness procedures are available for all potential emergency situation. The muster is up to date and meets SOLAS requirement. Fire control plans are up to date and reflect the requirements on board. Fire plans are intended in identical in all locations. A program for drills and exercise is in place. All emergency equipment is well maintained and ready for use. Shipboard operations procedures are available for all key shipboard operations. Procedures are available for all key shipboard operations. Responsibilities and duties are clearly assigned to qualified personnel. All emergency equipment is well maintained and ready for use. All emergency equipment is well maintained and ready for use. System operations procedures are available for all key shipboard operations. Procedures are available for all key shipboard operations. Responsibilities and duties are clearly assigned to qualified personnel. All personnel are familiar with their duties and responsibilities. All personnel are familiar with their duties and responsibilities. Procedures are implemented effectively and recorded, maintained as required. Shipboard operation procedures are available for all key shipboard operations. Responsibility and duties are clearly assigned to qualified personnel. All personnel are familiar with their duties and responsibility. Procedures are implemented effectively and records maintained as required. Now, what is ISPS code? So ISPS code is basically a security code, and ISPS code says that a company should follow a proper ISPS. Like we have, it's having a very much a requirement like security. All the security is first of all it fall as per the SOLAS chapter 9, safety and security. After that, ISPS required that the ship security, a proper safety and security meeting has been carried out between the port facility and the ship facility, and it has been all the information related the security level and all the concerned topic regarding the security has been discussed prior the commencement of the operation and recorded and documented and signed by the port facility officer and ship security officer, known as DOS, document of security. And if there is any kind of changes regarding the safety and security operation, then a new DOC should be issued and informed between the officers and of the port and ship. And apart from that, a proper security level should be maintained while the operation is carried out. A security level 1, in security level 1, inspection of all the personnel coming on board, a proper ID card is being carried out, and most of the ship security level 1 is followed. Basically in that the differentiation between the checked and unchecked personnel is been carried out. So all the baggages are checked, reasons of boarding is been verified, and this and security level 2, in that the SS has been reduced and limited to the ship. Proper round is been taken, rounds for the patrolling of the ship has been increased, and apart from that, a proper escorting has been carried out for any kind of personnel coming on board. And apart from that, only one access is been given for boarding the ship, and the access of coming on board through water is been purely restricted, and it is been properly checked by the by the watchkeeping officers or duty AB. And apart from that, in security level 3, the security is been properly. So basically, in the security level 3, all the access to board the ship has been restricted. Only the all the operation has been restricted. Only the person concerning the safety and security of the ship comes on board. It may be a proper threat to a personal. There may be a terrorist attack or something like that. So security level 3 is imposed. And in level 3, no disembarking is carried out. So now we have to read what is ISPS code. Having an into force, like I've told you, it's 9. Okay, 9.2, special measure to enhance maritime safety. The code is called SOLAS ISPS code has since formed the basis of comprehensive mandatory security level regime for international shipping. The code is divided into two sections, Part A and Part B. Mandatory Part A outline detailed maritime and port security related requirement which SOLAS contracting government must be adhered to in order to be in compliance with. Part B of the code complies a series of recommended guidelines on how to be. Part B basically mandatory. Part C, Part B, Part A and Part B mandatory. Part A is recommended. Okay, creating a global maritime condition local. They will be checking for possible dangers to ship and ports, identifying the ship's duties and obligation of all parties involved in ensuring maritime security in ports and on ships in various levels such as national, regional, and ensure that there is a early and efficient collation and exchange of maritime security related information at national, regional, and international levels. Now, creating a global scheme, identify the ship's duties and obligation of all involved in ensuring maritime security in order on ships. It involves in ensuring maritime security on various levels such as national, regional, and international to ensure that there is a early and efficient collation and exchange of maritime security related information at national, regional, and international levels. Creating a way to check how ships and ports are. This process helps in making plans and procedure to keep ships, companies, and port facilities safe. These plans and procedures are important for responding effectively to different levels of security risk faced by ships or port. To ensure that adequate and proportionate maritime security measures are in place on board ships and in ports. Who is Port Security Officer? Means the person designated as responsible for the development, implementation, revision, and maintenance of the port facility security plan, and for liaison with the ship security officers and company security officers. Or security level 1, checking the identity of all persons on the boat in agreement with the PSS, ensure that the designated areas are established with the inspection and searching back. In agreement with the boat facility, the ship ensure that the vehicle destined to be loaded. Okay, segregated check person and then okay, segregating number. Okay, identification of access point. Okay, security by locking other means access to unattended specials adjoining areas to which passengers and okay, providing security briefing of all the ship personnel on possible threat. The possible if you report suspicious a security level should be established. Assigning additional personnel to patrol deck areas during the silent hours to detect detail unauthorized access, limiting the number of access points the ship identified as to be closed, preventing waterside access to the ship, including, for example, in agreement with the port facility, provision of both patrols, establishing a restricted area on shore side of the ship in close cooperation with the port facility, establishing a restricted area on the shore side, increasing the frequency and detail of searches and personal escorting visitor carry out a full partial search of the ship and a security level assessment granted access, suspension of embarkation, disembarkations, the cargo handling proper full of parts. Okay, so this is all about. So main reaching the between the ship and port with other ships which interfere as the respective in accordance with the provision of their respective provisions. The agreed DOC shall be agreed and dated and signed by the port facility as applicable to of the SPS code and should be include levels and relevant document details. A change in security level may require that a new or revised DOC has been completed. The DOC should be completed in English, French, or Spanish, or in a language common to both the port facility and ship or other ships as applicable. What are the DOC under ISPS? Document issued on international ship security certificates. The international ship certificate is required. The international code security are provided. Mean mandatory in SOLAS chapter 9(2). Under passenger ships including high speed craft, including high 400 and upward mobile offshore drilling units, additional type of defined by flag state region. ISCC certified that the ship security and any associated security equipment has been verified according with the ISPS code. Data verification shows that the security system and any associated security equipment of the ship is in all respects satisfactory, that the ship complies with the applicable requirement of SOLAS and ISPS code, that the ship is provided with an approved ship security plan. Content of the certificate: name of the ship, distinctive numbers of letter, port of registry, type of ship, gross tonnage, date of verification, survey requirement. The certificate is subject to verification rather than service. These verifications are to ensure that the security system and any associated security equipment of the ship fully complies with the applicable requirements of the code, as in satisfactory condition and fit for the service for the which the ship is intended. Verification type: initial verification before the ship is put into service or before the certificate is issued for the first time. Verification type: initial verification before the ship is put into service or before the certificate is issued for the first time. Renewal verification at intervals specified by the administration but not exceeding 5 years. Renewal verification and renewal administration not exceeding at least one intermediate if only one intermediate is carried out. Okay, so it's just like an SMCO. Okay, in renewal initial. Okay, that becomes valid when a company assumes that responding for not previously operated company, or when is transferring. Okay, it's become invalid when okay, same like SMC. Interim international ship certificate is there, no more than 6 months. Okay, it's a proper SMC only. Reason for issuing the interim certificate. Okay, when a ship is without certificate or delivery before its re-entry into service, before its entry or re-entry into service, before ship's now flags. Okay. And requirement for issue: the ship has been completed a copy of ship security plan meeting the ship security requirement for the issue. The ship has been completed a copy of the ship meeting the requirement of the code. Its has been submitted for review and is being implemented on the ship. They have established necessary arrangement including real successes and internal audit. They have established the necessary arrangement including the drills which the company security office and which necessary and successful completing the requirement verification within the 6 months. The arrangement have been made for carrying out the requirement verification, and the master, the ship security officer, and other personnel with security are familiar with their duties and responsibilities within the ship security plan on board. This personnel have been provided such information in the working language of the ship's personal language or the languages understood by them. The ship security meets the requirement of the code. Content of ship security assessment: structure, integrity, personal protection,